It's not actually in the achievement of the goal that we experience the progress and the growth and the transformation. It's truly in our effort and our desire to work towards something that's new and that challenges us and that pushes us where we actually see the tangible growth and the progress. The outcome is almost independent of the effort. And it's only in the effort towards something that is new and that challenges us and that resonates with us that we actually see ourselves grow and we actually see ourselves become what we are striving for. In each of us, there are things that we must do, that we are striving for, that we want to achieve, that are true, that are genuine for us. And it's within the pursuit of those things that we actually become the person who is worthy of those things and who actually resonates with those things. Outcome is almost independent of those things. There's the law of detachment, which speaks of the more detached you are from the thing that you want, the more you actually are likely to achieve it or get it. And while that is true, it is through the effort towards that thing, independent of if you arrive at it or reach it or become it, that you actually see yourself doing the actions and making the progress to acquire it. So, what is that thing for you? What are you striving for? Recently I made a decision to I made a decision to um, have the opportunity to travel internationally and do this fun trip to South America. And um, I made the decision not to go because I have responsibility to take care of. Um, I have people counting on me, and I have things that are very important that I feel like right now is the time for me to stay locked in on progress and on these new work opportunities that I have and the expectations that I have set onto myself in the acquisition of those things. And making that decision to not go have fun and choosing responsibility, it's not an easy decision. It's actually quite hard. It's quite hard to look at yourself and say, you are you are not going to go do the thing that, and you can make many arguments, right? Because I love to travel. I love to see new places and do new things and push myself and explore. I think that's a huge part of my psychology is um, being spontaneous, trying new things, being somebody who pushes myself to like achieve new things and to see. I think that's such a critical part of life is like seeing something new, right? I think to activate creativity in our minds, we have to try new things. We have to expose ourselves to new environments. We have to definitely see what we're capable of. But what I learned in the process of preparing to make this trip is that I had to push my own psychology. I had to try and accept certain things and shift certain things in my life to make myself be the type of person that was ready to go do this thing. And I think it's in the willingness to prepare ourselves to achieve and in the willingness to go for the things that we want, we actually become the type of person who's willing and worthy of being that person. And there's also a massive part of life within that. You're on a trajectory, you're on a path, and you know that you have to do certain things within that path, which really embody responsibility, integrity, and work ethic. Things that, and discipline, things that aren't sexy, but things that ultimately allow you to get to where you're going. And I think it's when we can make the hard decisions about not choosing the thing that we necessarily want because Life is not always about doing what we want. It's about, are we acting within accordance to where we want to be? Are we engaging in the habits of the type of person that is on a path towards becoming that guy or girl? Life gives you a set of rules. You have to decide what game you want to play. Not in regards to life is a game, but in regards to, you have one life. You have one life to traverse this existence and to get to where you want to be. And the implications of, for my example, of spending a week in Colombia, which sounds so fun to me and so like it could be amazing, but on the flip side of that, I'd be losing out on the opportunity of working towards the things that are right in front of my face, which are asking for my attention, which need me. And I know there's a balance there of work and play, but I don't believe there's that life is entirely a season of just work or just focus. It's within very certain subsets of time within your life where you have to be very, very dialed. And then other subsets where you can kind of detach and come out of it and say, now I can use more of my, like, let's take a step back and look at big picture. And right now is just a time for me where being dialed and being locked in is important. But it's in the actual seeing yourself doing the thing that excites you. Like, so for me, it's seeing myself having the willingness to go make a trip to South America makes me a better person, made me take certain actions, allowed me to see myself doing that thing. And within that, I have become and I'm becoming the type of person that is that guy, that is that person. So within that, it's working towards the thing that you want, placing the actual action behind the preparation of that. And it's in the realization that all we truly have is today. All we have is today to invest in ourselves and essentially make a vote of confidence for the type of person we want to be tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. Every single day bleeds into the next. Every single day you're making a investment and a vote of confidence in the type of person that you want to be. And that's important. Every single day, that accumulative effect, it's called the law of accumulation. We are stacking daily the habits, the type of activities, the type of character values, the type of seeking out the right opportunity. Are you locked in enough to see the right opportunities and move in a certain way to capitalize on the things that come to you and come into your life? Like for me, it's very critical. It's very important that I can see what's in front of me and I'm able to move and act on the things that matter to me and that are in front of me and that I see value in. And the only way that I can see that is if I have the eyes and the ears and the heart and the mind to identify what those things are for me and to be able to move towards those things or respond to those things in a way that is conducive of my character, right? Because no one sets out in this life to make those decisions for you. I think sometimes in life we are presented with things that seem to be an expansive opportunity and are, but in reality, the growth happens in choosing the thing that is responsibility oriented. And that's not a message that I want to hear. That's not a message that anybody wants to hear, right? Choosing responsibility over fun, choosing to stay connected to today and to what you can do today to advance your life is not necessarily fun, but it's the thing that matters. It's the thing that your spirit is calling you to move into is staying grounded in today. Not being lost in this idea of what you necessarily feel like is the best thing for you. And that's the thing too. I made a video about this called "Don't Outpace the Moment," and basically the message is we have this temptation to outpace our season. Like we are in a season of life. We're in a space in life where you are genuinely here in a very specific time of your life, which calls for very, very like honest, direct action. And you have to honor this season. You can't outpace where you are. So like for me, my end goal within my business, within my coaching business, within my marketing business, is to be able to work from anywhere and travel the world and do exactly what I had planned to do, which was to go to Colombia and to work from Colombia. Like that is exactly in alignment with me. This is why I moved towards it, which is why I engaged with it. That said, in regards to doing that, it almost outpaces where I currently am, where where I've taken on recent responsibility to coach, where I've taken on responsibility to have clients that need my help now here. So both of those things can simultaneously be true. I believe there's a duality to life. There's a piece of life that is super dualistic in nature, in that many things can be true. Like the entire point of my main message here is that life is gray. Life is not black and white. Life is not in the sense of how most religious people see things, in that it is this or this. This means this. Life is very nuanced. Life is very gray, in that many things can hold truth. There's a dualistic nature to how you approach life and how you see life, but it's only on you to define what is the most genuine, authentic expression of your life, of how you see life. And you have to find out what that means for you. And for me, it meant changing my plans to go to South America so I could dig in where I currently am, figure some stuff out here. And that's a decision that I made, be it right or wrong. But the decision is grounded more in responsibility and in the actual solutions oriented way that is in grounded of being here today, right? And not necessarily like being, and I'm 31 years old, like maybe when I'm 33 or maybe next year, maybe by the end of this year, I'm in like a spot where I can just at the drop of a hat spontaneously go, I want to go here, 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 here. And that's the goals. And I'll get there, right? But if it's outpacing today, and if it's outpacing the problems that are happening now, and if it's outpacing what's genuinely happening around me, then I have to look and I have to say, okay, let me make a business decision. I got to stand on business about this. I got to stand on what is happening around me today, right? And it's hard. It's hard to say like doing the thing that is going to move you forward. Like let's say that you're on a soccer team. Let's say that you're on the third tier of a soccer team and your goal is to play on the starting team. Your goal is to play on the top tier team. Well, what's your goal as a C team player, right? It's to show up and to apply effort into what's been given to you, which is the practice, which is the team that you're actually on, right? You can't outpace where you currently are. You have to choose in this moment to engage with what you have chosen, right? Your whole life is on this timeline, and you've come to this point where you have current things in your life that you must do and you must address. And there's trust within that. There's a trust of things will work out, but you can apply effort and work ethic and focus into what is happening today. So look at it and navigate it. Don't outpace now. Be present and apply effort into today in that with the vision in mind of where you're going. Like so for me, my ultimate goal is to have a thriving business which allows me to travel the world and also to coach professional or Division 1 college soccer program. So what can I do today? I can go coach the team that I'm on staff for and I can be present with them. and I can work on my business this week by serving the client that I have in Colorado. Um, and these are things that like I personally want to go, oh, but like if I go to if I work from South America, it'll like get my creative juices flowing and all this stuff and blah blah blah. But in reality, it's what can we do within this day, within this week that is in range, right? And I feel like we have this propensity to want to live in the future, to live in the like, and this is what there's this temptation to like live in the wish fulfilled. That's the law of detachment of I don't need to apply effort. Like what effort do I need to apply? It already belongs to me. And that's widely and it's a widely accepted spiritual principle of if you just embody the wish fulfilled, it will come to you. And there's much truth to and just becoming the vibrational alignment of your goal, and then it can come to you. And I think that it's a dualistic thing. But I feel like if we're consciously moving towards what we want and we're constantly engaging and initiating with our problems or engaging and initiating with the solutions to the things that we're working on, you don't have to sit around and try to like be this woo woo person who attracts things. You are initiating on where you are, which is what you must do to move forward. Every single person in every single person's life, you cannot passively wait for your life to happen because it will pass you by. You cannot consciously wait for solutions to come. You have to go seek and move in a direction and then act accordingly and respond accordingly to how things play out within that. Passivity will kill you. Passivity will completely kill your trajectory, your life, everything that you want to acquire and do. You must be willing to move through life in a way that works for you, in a way that is grounded in today. Because in reality, all we have is today. And you will wake up tomorrow and repeat the same day over and over and over and over and over until you realize that you must define the direction of your life and you must decide, is this right for me? And you must move within your reality in a way that is advancing what you genuinely want for you. So it's defining what it is you even want and where are you going and how are you going to get there? And are your actions and are your daily plans today and are your weekly, quarterly, yearly, monthly plans as you move forward in life, are they in accordance to where you are and where you're going? You have to become aware of that. And sometimes you have to make decisions that are not based off of fun. You have to embrace the day, to embrace what's happening in your life now. You have to honestly, critically look at the things around you and say, are these things right for me? Is this decision genuine for me? And you have to listen to your intuition. It's not about, and I've recorded a video on this, it's not necessarily you have to learn to trust yourself. Sometimes that requires removal of outside voices. You have to sit still with yourself and discern what's right for you, independent of feedback, independent of what everyone's telling you. You have to look at yourself and say, what is right for my life? What is the highest person within me, my most aligned highest self? What are they guiding me to do? And how can I be more in alignment with that person? Because I promise you, you know what's genuinely right for you. You know, if you look at yourself and you look at your soul and you look at your heart and you're not just moving from cognition, mental cognition is not going to necessarily serve you. Mental cognition will keep you safe and will keep you within systems and thought loops and ways of thinking that keep you as you are. You want to look at what's going on in your heart. You want to look at what's going on in your soul. And you want to focus on those things and you want to amplify those things and express those things out into the world. Only through that you will become who you are, right? Any other expression of that, any other towing the line in someone else's direction or towing a line for somebody else or towing the plan and the way of thinking and the ideals of someone that's not you will only cause you pain in the long run. Even if it's something that is fun, you have to be the person who initiates what's right for you. You have to look at your life critically and say, this is correct for me or this isn't correct for me. You have to make tough business decisions. You have to make relational decisions. And those things aren't easy because this life, you're, whoa, um, this life can be short. This life, you have a limited time as a human. Your time here, you will you will blink and it will be done. I know it sounds kind of intense, but we're here once. We're here one time. We're here one time, and we can talk about, is there an afterlife and what happens when our consciousness leaves this body. My entire message about this is please connect to who you are. Become real about the things that you want to accomplish, the direction that you want to take your life, what genuinely feels right for you, the person that you're becoming, and being in alignment with that. And listening to when your intuition tells you if something is about what you want, or is it about what somebody else is initiating and what somebody else wants for you. And it's not to say don't accept help or don't learn from other people. It's to say the more you can feel into yourself and and create a life from the vision that you have, the happier you're going to be, the more loving that you're going to be, and the more love and presence and peace and action that you can initiate into today for you, the better off you're going to be. My ultimate hope is that you come out of this. I recorded another video about this. You come out of this herd mentality. You come out of this mentality that life for you is already defined. Every single day is new. Every single day is an opportunity for you to look at yourself and explore more things about yourself and to get to know yourself better and to love yourself more critically and to be more present, and you can have more intimacy within yourself. You should romanticize your life. You should romanticize the things that you're pursuing, and the love that you have and the love that you can inject into today and into the rest of this life for you. You have one shot at this, and I want you to take it, and I want you to be intentional about it. And I don't want you to be shy about who you are and where you're going and everything that you're doing. You should be proud of the work that you're putting in. You should love yourself deeply about that. And ultimately, it's making the decisions that are not necessarily fun, but are right for you. Where you're walking in integrity, you're not overextending. And I've done this recently. I've overextended myself within what I've communicated to others in the external about what I'm capable of doing. And I do that because I think there are parts of me that I want to be everything for everybody. I want everybody to like see me a certain way, or like experience some type of impact from what I'm doing. And there's no control that we can have over how the external responds to us. But what we can control is our effort into this life. And what we can control is how we feel about our own movement and how we feel about the things that matter to us. So what I'll leave you with is choose today, choose to make decisions today that ultimately will lead you to your greatest goals, that ultimately will allow you to love yourself more, that ultimately will be the right thing for you. And do those things with a confidence that it might not all happen in this moment in today, But by doing that, you're making an investment in who you are becoming. And that is all that you can do in this life is align your actions and your habits to your highest self in who you are and where you're going, and being really, really grateful and honored that you have this honest like connection to that version of you, right? You have a connection to this piece of you which already has everything that you want. And it's whispering to you and it's telling you and it's trying to guide you there. It's trying to piece together how can I connect to like Michael 9.0 who's already like achieved and done all the things that I'm setting out to do. I believe he's already out there and he's trying to guide me to that piece, that version. And there's a version of you that has the same, that wants that sees all of these amazing things for you, that wants you to become who you are. Lean into that, inject love and kindness and compassion into today for yourself and for everyone around you. Be radically loving and be radically accepting of yourself and of others.